Welcome, Interior Alaska, to our Saturday Sportscast. Austin Buchanan here. Time to take a look at some sports. Let's go. Last night, the Ice Dogs were looking to keep their 10-game winning streak alive. Joe Cook was there and has the recap.
The Ice Dogs facing off against the Wenatchee Wild, always a good rivalry in the NAHL, and tonight would be no different in this rough and rugged game. Early on, the Ice Dogs looking to break the scoreless tie, and John Tietz would do it. 3:31 left in the first period. He gets his third goal of the year. Caden Cahill on the assist, and the Ice Dogs were ahead 1-0. The Wild swung the momentum into their favor, getting back into it with back-to-back power play goals within a minute of each other. Mitch DeMauro denies Chase Monroe's shutout bid with a slap shot from distance that finds net. Then Jake Olgren lights the land for the Wild after a wild bounce off the glass. The Wild take a 2-1 lead at the 7:23 mark of the second period. Tempers would flare later in the period as either Somoza and Raya Golater went at it. Somoza got in his punches, but it cost him a game. He was ejected for fighting and a game misconduct. It was heated after that. Every whistle, there was some extracurriculars, and that fired up Fairbanks, who was persistent despite Matt Bullion's saves with no stick and a mad scramble at the net. But the Ice Dogs never relented. Todd Burgess nailed the equalizer with 7.7 seconds left in the second period, and we're tied 2-2 going into the third. Steve Bryant, he will break the tie just 23 seconds into the final period. Mitch DeMario with the assist. Then later in the period, Algren again with his second goal of the game. Another power play goal, this time with an extra attacker. 4-2 Wild, and when it rains it pours. The Wild tack on 4 goals in the third period. It wins 6-3 over Fairbanks. DeMario led all skaters with 3 points for the Wild. Wenatchee went crazy, going 5 for 7 on the power play, ended the Ice Dogs winning streak at 10 games. But there's still a series to be won. It's tied 1-1. The clincher is Saturday night at 7:30 in the Dipper.
All right, thanks, Joe. And earlier this morning, Hutchinson High School was the place to be for some wrestling action. It wasn't any day wrestling, though. It was the Hutch Meltdown. Wrestlers went head-to-head on the mats. Let's check out some of the semifinals that took place. In the 152 weight division, David Gelada out of North Pole battling against Reggie Poland of Lathrop. These two wrestlers went round and round, going all 3 periods. David Gelada takes the 12-1 victory. Now let's weigh up a little bit more, going to the 170-pound weight class. It's Vincent Fontana taking on Matthew Fagan. This match will come to an end early after Fontana out of North Pole pins Matthew Fagan of Hutch at the 3:54 time mark in the second period. Finally, we hit the 220 weight class. This time it's Dylan Walker taking on Thomas Taktu of Galena. This match had the fans on their feet as it came down to the final second in the third period with 5:59 on the clock and a 6-minute match. Walker was able to find the victory formation. C-Pin Taktu to take the win.
You know, it's awesome. You get to see them throughout the year. They start really green and out of shape, and by the end of the year, you get some great competitors and get to be there for some great matches. It really does, you know, and we really strive, I do as a coach, you know, on the academics part of there, you know, it's just as important as their athletic part.
Last night in some swimming action, the Alaska Nooks matched up against Cal State. Nanook's off to a good start as former North Pole alumni Martha Hood, the true freshman, makes her presence known in the 50-yard freestyle. She completes it in 24.3 seconds. Well, there's no I in team as sophomore Victoria Adams added on for UAF with a win in the 200-yard medley victory. She had a total time of 2 minutes and 10 seconds. UAF wasn't able to come through as California State takes the road victory 100-105. With that loss, Nooks were looking for redemption earlier today in day 2 of the meet, but fell short 98-107. Nooks now stand 2-2 overall and 2-2 in their conference. Not only was it swimming taking place on the campus of UAF, that's right, Nanook's basketball hit the hardwood floor earlier this afternoon, taking on Trinity International. The Nooks coming into this preseason matchup after losing last night 73-83, now looking for a second chance. The Nooks started off the game slow but found their pace late. In the first half, after trailing early to the Trojans, Trojans got things started with a 3-point play from the free throw line. With the Trojans leading early, the Nooks slowly but surely pulling the score close, coming behind from 12-4 late in the first half. With 8:12 left to go until intermission, Nooks trailed by 1, but Ashton Edwards came through shortly after with the falling shot to give the Nooks the first lead of the game, 21-20. Nooks take the lead at halftime, 34-24. The Nooks found the victory path as they go on to win the matchup 70-67. And to end our sportscast tonight, an upsetting story in sports down in Anchorage. The Lady Monroe Rams was defeated by Mount Edgecombe as both teams went into the state tournament undefeated. Mount Edgecombe wins 33-31. Joe Cook will have more on Monday. Now wrap it up for our sportscast tonight. Katie Looper has your full weather forecast coming up next. Stay tuned.